Hey guys, welcome to the channel. If you're new, please consider subscribing and turning on post notifications so you'll know when I upload a new video. So you want to boost your car? You want to make all that power, all the sauce? Well, in today's video, I'm going to break down some important stuff that you want to look out for before boosting your car. So my name is Lucky. I go by Boosted Lucky here on YouTube. I built a boosted V6 and I now have the Hellcat. And I feel that, with all that stuff, I have enough experience to sit here and let you guys know from my experience what major things to look out for. So number one, the biggest thing you want to make sure is that your engine is healthy. So a good way to check that is by doing a compression test, checking your spark plugs, making sure that they're not rich or that they're not too lean, making sure that you do a full engine diagnostics before you add any boost to your motor. So number two would be to do some research on your motor, check to see if it can even handle whatever kind of force induction that you're trying to throw at it. Not all motors are built the same. You have 2JZ motors that can handle well over 1,000 horsepower. You got some other 2JZ motors that can't. Same thing with the 6.4 compared to the 6.2 and the Mopars. So just some things to look for there. Do your research, make sure that your motor can handle whatever kind of boost you're trying to throw at it, and make sure that it's healthy. So tip number three would be to make sure that your drivetrain components are all up to par. Drive shafts, axles, rear ends, how much horsepower are you trying to throw at this car? Familiarize yourself with whatever platform it is that you have and make sure that those components can support whatever horsepower goals it is that you're looking for. If they can't, there's plenty of other aftermarket parts that are able to sustain whatever kind of horsepower you're trying to throw at it. Even like on the stock Hellcats, the axles can't handle an immense amount of horsepower. Same thing for Corvettes and Camaros and Mustangs and Supras, 350Zs, depending, like BMWs, all kinds of stuff. Axles and stock parts can break with minimal effort on some cars. So good replacements would be like a drive shaft shop drive shaft, a custom drive shaft from your local drive shaft shops, built rear ends. You also have G-force axles that have different tiers of power levels that those things can handle, and they're great for whatever application it is you're looking for. A big mistake that I made with my first build was that I didn't change out the drive shaft in time for the amount of horsepower I was running through my car. It was a boosted V6. The fastest 0 to 60 I was able to do was a 3.6 on the street. I unfortunately didn't change out my drive shaft. It ended up snapping and cutting some trans lines, ignited, because that stuff is flammable, and that took out my build. But I now have the Hellcat, which that was the first thing I changed on my Hellcat. Was upgraded the drive shaft to a 4-inch aluminum drive shaft, took it to the track on stock power, and it still broke. So there's a lot of other different things, such as your fuel system, depending upon what fuel you're running. If you're running 93, you may only have to change injectors and add a booster pump. If you're running 85, you may have to do injectors, upgrade a fuel pump or pumps. Then you got to make sure you're running the right size tires so that you're not spinning all over the ground trying to put whatever power it is you're having put down. And there's just a whole slew of things. Some of the stuff people may already know. So that all being said, if you still really want to boost your car, man, there's plenty of forced induction applications that you can do. Obviously we have centrifugal superchargers, twin screw, root style. We have twin turbos, which are the most efficient. Everybody knows that. Compound boosts, all that kind of stuff. Some cars already even come boosted, but you still have to make sure that all the components on there are upgraded to the right specifications so that you're not blowing up your whole build and doing all that. Another thing is that once you start adding boosts to these cars, you do start to mess with the reliability from factory. Of course, some people are worried about their warranties, all the other kind of stuff. If that's for you, then this game isn't for you. So you got fast, cheap, and reliable. You only can pick two of those. So if you want it to be fast and reliable, it's not going to be cheap. If you want it to be cheap and reliable, it's not going to be fast. If you want it to be fast and cheap, it's not going to be reliable. So there's a lot of, you know, things that you have to consider when you're building these cars, and you want to just make sure that you're doing it right. Depending upon what, you know, cars you have, what build it is that you're doing, I highly recommend you do your own research. Familiarize yourself with a lot of the components that go on these cars and what it is that you need from other people's builds, and you know how well they're doing. Don't just go to any kind of shop and let them upsell you on parts that you don't need, especially for whatever power rating it is you're, you know, shooting for. Sad thing about a lot of builds though is that it's never done. People always want more and more, and you know, people end up pushing their cars sometimes a little bit further than what they're supposed to be. So that may end up requiring like built motors and, you know, built rear ends. That's just my 2 cents on it all. I hope this video helps anybody that's, you know, looking for things that they need to check before they try to build a lot of stuff. I know I have a lot of new followers that don't really know a whole lot about cars, and that's who this video is really, you know, gauged at, is giving you some tips. And a lot of people in the comments can actually drop information down there on things that I may have missed and skipped out on, and just drop them down in the comments, let those guys know those things, and we all can sit here and, you know, learn a thing or two. But that's all I got for you guys today. Just do your research and you should be good. Catch you guys on another video. Damn. Whoa. I've seen this car before. Hey, does the guy who owns this car have like a little YouTube thing? Oh, that's you. Oh shit. What's up, man? Oh. Yeah, I